Are you juggling debt while living paycheck to paycheck? If so, these 8 side hustles that I'm going to mention here that will help you with debt repayment can help you with some much needed relief and get you to debt freedom much faster. Hi guys, my name is Naja and I am here to talk with you about side hustles. If you have been on my channel for quite some time, you know how passionate I am about side hustles and how I have used those in the past in order to get out of debt, as well as to fund my vacation each and every year for the past 3 years. And so I'm going to be sharing with you why it's so important that you must have a side hustle in your arsenal besides your 9-to-5 job or whatever job it is that you have. You need to have a side hustle. This is going to help you with accelerating debt freedom as well as some other important things. So let's go ahead and get into it. So make sure that you stick around because I will be sharing 8 side hustles. But first I'm going to share with you some important information of how side hustles can help you as far as your debt repayment. Reason number 1 is extra income. A side hustle, it can provide you with the additional income that you need in order to allocate directly that money to debt payments. It also helps you to increase your monthly cash flow. So where your 9-to-5 job may not be able to provide you with much more, especially if you are a salary employee, this can help you with getting additional funds and applying those additional funds to your debt payment. This helps you to reduce the outstanding balance much more quickly than waiting for your 9-to-5 job. So extra income is definitely a must, and this is one way that you can do it by earning some extra money. Next, we're going to talk about debt snowball or the Avalanche method, whichever one that you prefer. I personally use the debt snowball method when I was getting out of debt, but I'm going to discuss a little bit of both of them here, and you can always decide for yourself because personal finance is just that, personal finance. But a side hustle can help you regarding the debt snowball or the debt avalanche method. You can use one of these or both of these strategies, however that you want to do it, in order to pay off the smallest debt first. That would be the debt snowball method. So you would pay off the smallest debt first, and then as you finish paying off the smallest debt, that money that you were allocating that was extra to the smallest debt, you now roll that over into the next debt that you have. So if you have 3 debts total, and you've already paid off the smallest, so the one in the middle would be the one that you would pay next, and you would just continue adding that side hustle money to that debt in order to pay it off. There's also the debt avalanche method, which is where you tackle the highest interest debts first. Again, I have personally not used this, but this is something that you may want to look at first. So if you have something with a 20% interest rate and you're like, whoa, this is just way too much for me, then you may want to go ahead and use the side hustle money in order to pay off those debts first with the highest interest rate with that extra money that you have received from your side hustle. The third way that side hustles will help you pay off that debt faster is increased motivation. So we are all motivated by something, someone, some kind of way, something that gets us. And so with side hustles, with you earning extra money through those side hustles, it can boost your motivation to pay off that debt faster. As you see the debt balance decreasing, going down, it encourages you to put more money towards your debt. That will also help you to say like, hey, what other side hustles can I do in order to make sure that I can get this debt paid down faster? And like I said, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 8 different side hustles towards the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that, of ways that you can earn extra money. And some of these I have done and showed on my channel as well, of how I earn extra money every single month. The fourth way that it will help you as far as your debt repayment and also just help you in general as you are paying off debt is if you use side hustle money to build up an emergency fund, it can prevent you from having to take on more debt in the future, which in turn helps you to focus on paying off of your current debt that you have. Because we don't want to take on more debt and be overwhelmed And with side hustle money, it can help you build up that emergency fund so that you have something in a nest egg, something for a little bit of a cushion, preferably in a high yield savings account that will help you in the event something unexpected comes up as far as an expense. I just recently talked about an unexpected expense for our household, which is surgery that will need to be done this month regarding my son. And because we have had an emergency fund that has been built up for quite some time now, we're able to pull some money from the emergency fund as well as cash flow the surgery costs without it being a burden, without it being stressful, without it being overwhelming to us. And we wouldn't have been able to do that without having those extra side hustles in order to build up the emergency fund initially. The fifth way that side hustles will help you pay off the debt faster, and I talked about this before, also a personal story for me, is that having multiple income streams. It means that you're less reliant on your primary job, your 9 to 5, and if there are disruptions in your main source of income, your side hustle can provide stability until everything is worked out regarding your main source of income. So this helps you to ensure that you are still having a way to have some income and some money, as well as you can also divert that money from paying off debt in order to help stabilize you. Or if you know that the problem with your main source of income will be rectified soon, then you can go ahead and start or continue to pay on that debt, even in uncertain financial times. I have talked about this as well. As you all know, probably like a month or so ago, we did not receive our paycheck deposited into our accounts, and there was mass panic at my job. This was 500 plus employees that were relying on their salary check. A lot of them did not have additional income, and or I can only imagine or assume an emergency fund based off of the replies and the panic that was ensuing. So you always want to make sure that you have a diversified portfolio as far as income streams that are coming in, and not just saying my main job is the only job that I need, because anything could happen at any point in time. I have a video regarding that and how things played out, so make sure that you look at that video as well. It talks about how my job didn't pay me. They did end up rectifying and taking care of the situation, but it was much later when that occurred. Let me go ahead and share with you guys, as I promised before, 8 side hustles that are going to help you pay off debt faster in 2025. So make sure you go ahead and get a pencil, a pen, notebook paper, journal, planner paper, whatever it is that you need so that you can write this down. Pause the video if you need to, and then come back to it. Number 1, research studies. I have talked about this before, and this is something that I have personally done. I just actually wrapped up a research study for a shampoo, anti-dandruff shampoo at that, and it paid me $100 for a 3-week study. I had to do about 4 different surveys, but I was testing the product out in order to see how it worked on my hair, giving my honest opinion regarding it, and I was able to go ahead and keep the product. I do have a video that talks about market research studies and how you can find them, what they are, the pay range for them, and how much that I have been paid for them. So make sure you check out that video that's flashing across the screen here. But that is a good way in order to earn extra money for debt repayment. If you can find research studies that are legit, where you don't have to pay anything at all, and you will be able to get in those studies and qualify for them. Even though you may not qualify for everything, there will be studies that you will qualify for, and they pay cash too. The next side hustle that is a good way in order to pay off debt and get extra money is freelancing. So that can be writing, graphic design, web development. So if you have that particular skill set, then you may want to look into different ways that you can go ahead and freelance. I know that the Fiverr website is one where you can showcase your skills and also get work through there. Next would be RideShare or delivery service. We've all heard of it. We've probably all ordered from them. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. Great way in order to make money regarding that. You can also do tutoring or teaching. So that could be online tutoring, in-person tutoring, language lessons, proctoring exams, in person and online. That's also a good way in order to make extra money that will help you pay off your debt faster. We also have selling products online. This is something that I have done on Etsy and eBay. You could also do drop shipping. I have not explored that, but if that is something that you are interested in, there are plenty of individuals that can share exactly how they have done that. You can look at any string of videos here on YouTube, I'm sure, and find more information on that. Another way that you can speed up that debt repayment process is by renting out space. That can be Airbnb or renting storage space. I have personally used Airbnb and I love the fact that it's basically like my own little space that I have, and I have as much freedom as I want, and I don't have to worry about hotel management or people next door or anything like that. It is a great way in order to make extra money, and especially if you build a good rapport with the host wherever you are at. The number 7th way is pet sitting or dog walking. You can go to apps such as like Rover in order to find where in your local area that you can either pet sit or dog walk. These are very popular, especially for individuals that travel a lot for work, and or maybe they are going on vacation and they don't want to board their animals up, especially, being away from them in an establishment or a place where nobody knows them like that. And so it's just much more personable to have someone that is pet sitting or dog walking for you, especially if they work long hours, and like I said, or going to be out of town. And the number 8th way that I recommend that you use a side hustle in order to help fund and quickly pay off that debt is with phone app surveys and or receipt scanning phone app. I have done both and showed you guys on my channel some of the ones that I use. I use Fetch, CoinOut, Receipt Hog, Receipt Pal, Receipt Jar, the Amazon Shopper Panel, Upside app. So many of them. I do have referral codes in my description box if you are interested in any of them. And I also have tutorials under my side hustle playlist that talks about the different side hustles that I have done. So I'm hoping that this video will help you guys so that in 2025 we can go ahead and start paying off more debt and applying that money to the debt, as well as building up our emergency fund, because that is something that is important as well. And so that we can get out of debt faster so that we can gain the financial freedom that we want and that we desire. If this video was helpful to you, please make sure that you go ahead and smash the like button. And also, if you are enjoying this type of content and you would like to see more, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the all notification bell so that you don't miss any of the uploads that I have. Until the next video, guys, bye.